Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to follow the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. It helps us more than you could imagine.
Literally, well, mate, I've been walking around with this this horrendous bottle here. Obviously, I'm in the middle of my Freezy 5 challenge right now.
You're on borderline being cancelled for this, by the way.
Bro, so if you're on YouTube, you can actually read what it says on this bottle, but it's like a 2.5 litre water bottle
It's
that
the
I get
font,
through.
lad. It's the font
Yeah,
to me.
but-
It's like a mix of Comic Sans and, I mean, it's just...
It's terrible. And then so it's got little things at like 3 p.m. you should be down to here. By 5 p.m. you should be down to here. And it says like, drink more, never say never. Like, why is never say never on a water bottle?
Never say never, bro.
Anyways, that's been going well. The cold showers. Have you ever had? Are you on this bandwagon or not?
I'm not in the cold shower gang, unfortunately. No, but to be fair, I've obviously tried it a couple of times, and yeah, you come out feeling fresh, don't you?
Yeah.
Mate, I'm ready to take on the world.
It is a like a jolt. Like, honestly, it's like you get hit by lightning.
Yeah.
You stand there, you're ready. The beat drops on a song, you
Boom.
blast it, and you're just like, I'm gonna die. But then it just feels really good. You hop out, and you're like, shit, look at me.
He's the guy that's the big advocate of kind of cold water.
Wim Hof.
Wim Hof, that's it. And he's got a whole technique, and people do longer and longer in the cold water, don't they?
Yeah, so he just has, he sort of has like a breathing technique that he does, and then it's like cold water therapy.
I feel like I should know him, this guy, and I don't.
Nah, I don't know. I don't know. Like,
YouTuber?
I don't know. He makes like YouTube videos, but he's not like a YouTuber.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just Google Wim Hof, like some of his stuff is really interesting, and it's all about how he just like, I swear he climbed like some crazy mountain in just like boxers because he's just there like firm in the cold. Like, I don't know, he's absolutely nuts. Do you know much about him?
I don't know. Like I said, I've seen his name, and I've seen a few people like just
work with him.
Absolutely, say it's mental, like life changing if you can. And they keep practicing it, right? You're never quite there. You start with like 30 seconds, then a minute, then 2 minutes, and you work your way up. This guy's in like a frozen lake, just chilling.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
What?
Bro,
I've seen
nuts.
a couple donnies like that on TikTok. Russian guys drinking vodka and ice.
Yeah.
And stuff, and I'm just like.
And here I am complaining about my cold shower.
Yeah, here I am in my 24 degrees room, and I still think it's cold.
Exactly. But back to the like the YouTuber side of things, like who so you do a lot of like JJ stuff, the Sidemen as well.
Yeah, that whole kind of crowd we look after. So, obviously you were my third ever client, Freezy.
Yeah.
That's it.
Really?
So,
Wow.
Third ever client.
Right there. Who was first, and was it like Marcus?
Marcus was first. So
Marcus
the
Butler.
story
Marcus
kind of
Butler.
goes that Marcus and I went to school together.
Yeah.
His dad actually kind of sorted me out getting work experience, where I'm obviously still working now.
No way.
He was obviously at the beginning of his kind of YouTube career. He was probably one of the kind of first generations of social media influencers or social media stars that could kind of make a living on YouTube. So it was a whole new space at the time. And I was training to be an accountant. He said, look, started earning some money from my YouTube channel. We always used to, of course, take the mick out of him. We're like 16, 17 years old. He's going home at the weekends uploading YouTube videos, our kind of group of friends. And all of a sudden it's like, geez, it's like starting to bang. And he's going, people wanted to pay me to kind of put stuff in videos. Like, what do I need to do from a tax perspective? So I did lots of research, worked hard on that. And so he was my first client. Alfie won't mind me saying he was my second client, and then Freezy was my third client. I think Alfie connected us at the time. Right?
Alfie Days gave me your number.
You put me onto Sam as well,
and then I shilled him to all the boys.
Everyone. You put everyone.
Literally, I was there because it's interesting though, because you say for like 8 years ago or whenever it was, but like YouTubers, when you're that young, and there's probably like. Currently right now there's probably a YouTuber, like a TikTok person or a social media person that is maybe just blowing up, just getting into it. And like at school, by the way, this is criminal. At school they don't teach you anything about how to file a tax return, how to do any of this stuff. So I started making YouTube videos, money's coming in, and then I'm thinking, I swear I have to like pay tax. I'm young. Really I'm like 17, 18, 19, however old I was. And then I'm there. I just messaged Alfie because he, like you said, back then it was quite rare for someone to like make it their full-time job. So I messaged Alfie like, yo, do you pay tax? And he's there like, yes, I pay tax. And I'm there like, yo, you gotta help me out. And so he gave me your number. But you must get that a lot of almost people not doing it too late, because it's never really too late, but coming and being like, yo, by the way, I've earned all this money and I've got to pay tax.
Yeah, 100%. Happens quite a lot, and obviously the worst thing you can do is kind of bury your head in the sand. And some people come to us and they're like, I've been meaning to do this for like years, I've just not done it, can you help me? And one of the big tips I give people is, it's much easier if you go to HMRC, right? If they come to you, it's already too late. If you get that letter coming through saying, we think you need to pay tax, you haven't done it, you're already onto a loser, really, because effectively at that point, they've discovered it rather than it kind of you coming forward and putting it to them. So yeah, if you're worried about that sort of stuff, talk to an accountant, talk to an advisor, and just get it up to speed, get it up to date as quickly as possible, really. But yeah, we're seeing people younger and younger now making money. We had one guy he's playing Fortnite. He's like 15, 16 years old, still at school, and he's making like tens of thousands of pounds a month in his bedroom, right? Bruh. And his dad, he had to link his AdSense account to his dad's bank because he was under 18, right? So he couldn't have an AdSense account. His dad was like, what is going on here? Where's all this money coming from? He thought it was a scam, right? He said why do you want my bank details? Who's scamming you out of money? He's like, no, it's legit, I promise. And his dad phoned me up and was like, look, what do we need to do? How do we sort this? So man, that obviously people can, we're just seeing people getting younger and younger and younger.
Yeah, who is, or like, what is the age of like would you have a youngest client, or would it be like their parent? It would probably be their parents, right?
Yeah, so what's interesting is we've got a number of these kind of like family YouTube channels and often YouTube channels where like the kids are the stars. So think of like Ryan's Toy Reviews, right? Out in America, kid's been making money since he was like 3 years old, but in those scenarios it's all the parents behind the scenes. So yeah, really it's kind of around 16, 17 when people leave school, you get a national insurance number, you kind of grow up, you can get into the tax system. But 16, 17 is kind of we see quite a few people at that age because everyone wants to be a YouTuber these days, don't they, right?
It's true, man. It's true.
All the kids. Back in the day, it was like policeman, fireman, astronaut.
I was an astronaut. I want to go to space.
And now it's like they want to open packs on YouTube.
Literally. Let me tell you, it is not what it looks like. There was actually like a survey done about it.
And was it one of the top ones? YouTuber?
And it is the top one. It's like YouTuber, social media influencer, whatever you want to call it. That was the top one. And I was thinking like, what a fall from grace. Like we all used to aspire to be like a pilot. I actually wanted to be a pilot as well. Yeah,
I could imagine you in a little jet cutting about.
Yeah, man, that would have been cool. So what about you? You must have. I mean, as a kid, you definitely didn't go, "Oh, I'm desperate to be an accountant." Like,
no, 100%. It's a bit of a cliche, right? Nobody really sets out in life to become an accountant. I completely fell into it. So I didn't do that well at school. I kind of was distracted playing football, going out, just enjoying life. Went to college, still didn't do that great. Actually, when I was going to college, I wanted to do economics. So I went into college like 16 years old, and they were like, "Oh, we're not running the economics course. There's not enough people signed up for it." I was like, "Okay." They were like, "Why don't you go and try accounting?" I was like, "Okay, I don't really know what you do in that, but yeah, all right, I'll go along for the lessons, see how it goes." So did accounting for 2 years at college, and then in the final kind of couple of months before you start doing your UCAS and you start thinking about going to university.
Oh, UCAS, mate, that gives me shivers.
Don't think about
student
that.
loan
What's worse, UCAS or Sam text?
Yeah.
So started getting close towards having to make that decision, and someone came into our accounting class and said, look, you don't have to go to university, right? You can go and do kind of like an apprenticeship effectively. You go and earn whilst you learn was the kind of the big kind of the slogan that they were using. So but you had to find a job yourself. They didn't find you a job. You had to find like someone to effectively sponsor you. So desperately got on the phone, asked around, and thought, let's give this a shot. And like I said, it was Marcus's dad actually who managed to give me a bit of an in. I started on 6 weeks work experience. So they were like, look, we don't have any roles available. They all went, but look, we'll come in for 6 weeks work experience. We'll see how you get on. And the rest is history, really, because I made partner at the same firm that I was with there when I was 27 years old. So it took me
that's young, isn't it?
Yeah, like as a firm, we're nearly 200 members of staff. We've got 4 offices. I was the youngest person to qualify at our firm as a chartered accountant, and then youngest partner at 27. So it was like a heck of a journey from there. And what kind of happened, going back a step, when I was going through that period of time to decide what I want to do, my dad's like a lift engineer, so he's out on building sites, construction at the time.
That is sick.
And he's like,
you forget that there's like jobs like that, like someone's got to deal with it, like fix lifts and make lifts a thing.
That's exactly it. And he was like, look, you got to come out and work. So I did 2 weeks work with him, right, up at 5:30 in the morning, like long days, lugging stuff around. I was like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So I was like, I've got to knuckle down and do something. And that's it. And that's where we're here today. So